The widow of slain Haitian leader Jovenel Moïse, who was critically wounded in the attack that killed him, issued her first public remarks Saturday since the assault, calling on her nation not to lose its way.
Moi vivant, grâce mon Dieu. Moi vivant. Mais mon père dit Marim. Jovenel. Please pass it.
In an audio message posted on her official Twitter account 3 days after her husband was shot dead in their home, Martine Moïse said, "I am alive, thanks to God. I am alive, but I have lost my husband, Jovenel." Martine Moïse was rushed to a Haitian hospital after the attack in the early hours of Wednesday. She was later evacuated to Miami, Florida, for treatment. According to Haitian authorities, an armed commando of 28 men, 26 Colombians and 2 Haitian Americans, burst in and opened fire on the couple in their home. So far, 17 have been arrested and at least 3 killed. A handful remain at large, according to police. Haiti's interim government has asked the United States and the UN to deploy troops to protect key infrastructure as it tries to stabilize the country. Ethiopia's ruling Prosperity Party has been declared the winner of last month's national election in a landslide, assuring a second term for Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. The National Election Board of Ethiopia says the party won 410 seats out of 436 contested in the federal parliament, which will see some seats remain vacant after 1/5 of constituencies didn't vote due to unrest or logistical reasons. No voting occurred in the conflict-hit Tigray region. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani is appealing to the Taliban to return to negotiations for a peaceful solution to the conflict in the country. As Reuters' Emer McCarthy reports, it came as fighting continued around the city of Kunduz.
Afghan security forces and armed citizens clashed with Taliban fighters on the outskirts of Kunduz on Saturday in a bid to drive them out of the northern city. Video footage obtained by Reuters showed armed citizens and Afghan forces at the battlefield on the outskirts of the city, with gunfire heard in the background. Taliban gains have been especially dramatic in northern provinces, where they had long been kept at bay. Most Kunduz districts have now fallen to the Taliban. The Islamist insurgents have been advancing for weeks in an offensive that has accelerated as the US pulled out of its main base, effectively ending its 2-decade intervention in the country.
That's Reuters' Emer McCarthy. Officials removed 2 Confederate statues in Charlottesville, Virginia, including one that was at the center of a deadly riot in 2017 on Saturday. AP's Julie Walker reports.
Cheers went up as General Robert E. Lee came down.
And the horse you rode in on.
Ziona Bryant petitioned to remove the statue.
To the young people out there, I hope that this empowers you to speak up on the issues that matter and to take charge in your own cities and communities.
While scores applauded, a handful opposed, with one heckler. But former city council member Kristen Sakis says the removal sends a powerful message.
We're finally ready to be a community that doesn't telegraph through our public art that we are pretty fine with white supremacy.
Thomas Stonewall Jackson's statue was also taken down. Years of litigation held up the removals, and in 2017, a Unite the Right rally led to the death of Heather Heyer, a counter-protester. I'm Julie Walker.
Recovery work continues and the death toll continues to mount in the rubble of a collapsed condominium building in Surfside, Florida. At a morning news conference, Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava said the death toll from the June 24th collapse has risen to 86.
Please pray for all of those who've lost loved ones and whose hearts are broken from this unspeakable tragedy, and for those who are still waiting.
Officials also announced that the Miami-Dade courthouse would undergo an inspection for structural problems because of safety concerns prompted by the building collapse. No one has been found alive in the rubble of the building since the first hours after it fell.
Last week, as the company's shares took a tumble, they must have been asking if their golden goose was about to be slain. Though I have slain many on this day, it is for your life that I will claim blood guilt. The only reason dragons could kill these creatures was because they do have physical bodies, and that body can be slain. After eventually calming the woman down and assuring her they mean no harm, they take her to shelter in a nearby house. He was really delighted to receive the check, assuring everyone that the money would be put to very good use. They make a big point on their site of assuring the viewer that the tank is in fact not real. The Royal Mail is currently in negotiations with other firms such as TPG and Deutsche Post to deliver their mail. There are no all-encompassing answers, only local solutions, compromises, and ongoing negotiations. So much of the way people behave in negotiations causes anger, bitterness, hostility, or antagonism. Gone were the bronze statues and late modern abstractions of earlier years. The two statues are generally believed to date from the 5th century, but some believe they may be of later origin. The Wat is extremely ornate and embellished with murals, statues, and glittering gold. Alone in my room, I collapsed on my bed like a temperamental teenager and proceeded to drench my pillow with tears. We collapsed in laughter and exhaustion onto the sofa and switched the telly on. A woman was trapped for more than an hour after a manhole cover collapsed under her feet, plunging her into the drain below.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.